Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girvaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girvaradhari Yashodanandana Jaya Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Banachari Yamuna Tira Banachari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Nitya Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitya Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitya Hari Bol, Jai Jai Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Gurudev, Gurudev. Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Om Vishnu Padma Srimati Sri Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Anant Kori Vaishnava Vrind Ki Jai Nam Charal Shridas Thakur Ki Jai प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासाति गौरविंद की जय श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय वृंदावन धाम की जय नवदीप धाम की जय गंगा माई की जय यमुना माई की जय तुलसी देवी की जय भक्ति देवी की जय गौर निताई की जय श्री श्री राधा गोलोकानंद की जय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल all glories to Sama Devotees, all glories to Sama Devotees, all glories to Sama Devotees, all glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Guranga Srila Prabhupada Ji ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we are continuing our reading of Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, chapter 49, and today's verse is 28. Ishvarasya vidhim kono vidunte anatyaya punam man bruver bhara bhara bratasya yo vitarno vidhokale Ishvashavidham konum vidunati anatyapunam umera bharavaratyaya yo vitarani yadokale Ishvashavidham konum Vidunatya natya puman Dhumer bhara vratyaraya Yo vitrano yadhokale Rasya Devkono Vidunatya Nyatakaman Umer Bhavara Varataya Yogati Dekule. Translation, or word wires, sorry. Ishvarasya, of the Supreme Lord, with him the law, ka, what, no, at all, vidyunati, can shake off, anyatha, otherwise, puman, person, bhume, of the earth, bhara, the burden of tarya, in order to diminish, ya, who, of tarina, has descended, yodha, of yadu, kule, in the family. Translation by the disciples of A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Who can defy the injunction of the Supreme Lord, who has now descended in the Yadu dynasty to diminish the earth's burden? Please repeat. Who can defy the injunctions of the Supreme Lord, who has now descended in the Yadu dynasty to diminish the earth's burden? Purport. Naturally, we would like to ask Dhritarashtra, if you know all this, why don't you behave properly? Of course, this is exactly Dhritarashtra's point. He feels that since events have already been set in motion, he is helpless to change them. In fact, events having been set in motion by the attachment and sinful propensities, and therefore he should have taken responsibility for his own acts. Lord Krishna clearly states in Bhagavad Gita 5.15, Nadate kasyachit papam. The Supreme Lord does not accept responsibility for anyone's sinful activities. It is a dangerous policy to claim that we are acting improperly because of destiny or fate. We should take up Krishna consciousness seriously and create an auspicious future for ourselves and our associates. Finally, one may argue that, after all, Dhritarashtra is involved in the Lord's pastimes and is actually his eternal associate. In answer to that, we may say that the Lord's pastimes are not only entertaining but also dictate, educational. And the lesson here is that Dhritarashtra should have acted properly. This is what the Lord wanted to teach. Dhritarashtra claims that Krishna came to relieve the burden of the earth, but the earth's burden is precisely the improper behavior of its inhabitants. So let us take the lesson the Lord wants to teach us, teach here, and be instructed for our benefit. Om Jnana Tarmasya Jnana Jana Salakaya Chakshur Itmalamena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Vancha Kalpatru Bhascha Kirpa Sindhu Bevacha Patitanam Pavnave Vaishnave Namo Namah. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Videt Gadadhar Shivasati Gaurtaminda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So this is also, it's all of us, we act like Dhritarashtra technically. He may say so he's in a Leela, I mean that's different. But Lord clearly states here, in this verse it's stated, who can defy the injunction of Supreme Lord who has now descended in Yadu dynasty to diminish the earth burden? Yes, Lord's, whatever Lord wants to do, He will do it. But we have to follow our dharma. And that's what Dhritarashtra is not following. Let me read the tikas from Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. He says, who can transgress the arrangements vidhi of the Lord by any method, anyatha? No one can. You are the proof of this. You could not do it. In spite of all your instructions, you could make me have proper judgment. And now that the Lord is present in your house and has been born in your family to relieve the burden of the earth, therefore, since He is there, go there and request the Lord that He should not put into motion what was established in His mind, His arrangement, if you want me to change the way I act. So many things depends on our doing, our karma. We shouldn't blame somebody else in this case. I mean, he's trying to say it's because of Lord's arrangement that He's doing whatever He's doing. So we shouldn't pass on our adharma activities as an excuse, Now, Jiva Goswami says, according to Sridhara Swami, with him means desire to do, and that indicates Maya. Whenever we do things, as per our desires, technically you are in Maya. Who can overcome Maya of the Lord or make it false? Anyatha. That Lord has now appeared in Yadu dynasty by his own will to accomplish his purpose. He says this with scorn, echoing Akrura's words, you can make efforts to do this. So here it's clearly said by Jiva Goswami that if you are doing things the way you want to do, then technically you are in Maya, not following the dharma. Dhrishta knows technically in his heart. We all know in our heart what's going on. When we transgress, we know we are doing nonsense. That's so true. If you really want to find out, ask your heart, because Paramatma is sitting within your heart. He communicates nicely. That's your intelligence. But sometimes your intelligence can be polluted also. And so we have to be very careful. If we are following the dharma, we have to take responsibility of our actions. But here, Dhritarashtra doesn't want to. He doesn't want to. He knows very well, and he tries to pin down everything on the decisions of Krishna's will. Why? Because he is so very attached to his family, especially his son Duryodhana. He doesn't think rationally. And he only knows that he wants to fulfill his desire. So that's what happens, So if we continue like this in our life, fulfilling our desires, ignoring the law of dharma, the Lord has created, and we are creating what? Vikarma, means bad karma. So that's what we are doing. And we are getting further and further entanglement in this modes of material nature, which means more suffering to come in future. One can predict it. One knows in our heart, if you have stolen something, the thief knows that he can be caught also. But his desire is so strong that he overcomes that fear and makes plans just to steal things anyways, because his intelligence has been polluted, technically. his desires have overcome his intelligence, so he makes the wrong decisions, and he does it anyways. So it's not Krishna's desire, it will. I mean, one has to check his own actions, and that is dharma. That's why Lord has established the dharma on this earth. That's why the Shastras are there. That's why constitutions are there. That's why even when you are administrating any aspect of this material nature, there has to be laws. Even governing a country, there are laws. And one has to follow the rules. If we don't do that, then it's punishment, no matter who you are. Because law of dharma applies equal to everyone, every living entity. So, and there may be laws for different living entities at different times, according to time, place, and circumstance. But we have to make sure that we overcome this Maya, which is also the energy of the Lord. It's not that Maya is not the energy of Lord, but it bewilders you and puts you in a position as per our past karmas. So Maya is very strong. What is Maya? That what is not. I mean, it's Supreme Personality's energy of illusion, and makes us think to associate with our bodies, We think we are this body, we are the product of this material world, we are eternal, we are invincible, we are self-realized, and we are everything. It's only that when the body fails, you begin to understand it's not so. So one has to be very, very careful. The influence of Maya is very, very strong, like because of some material nature and otherwise also, within this world, we get attracted to name, fame, money, glory, opposite sex, or desiring so many things to make us comfortable within this material world. I mean, we think this is real, and we know, in fact, in our heart, that we are aging every day. We know it. We know it in our heart. But what we do, we just ignore it, the fact. And we do whatever nonsense we want to do just to satisfy our senses for this so-called temporary material happiness, because everything is temporary in this material world. It is. We can see it, we can feel it, and we know it, but still our desires overcome us, and we do things according to our own nature, our own desires. So one has to check himself that what he is doing. So it's very, very important. We always make sure, double check ourselves that what we are doing. It's good to evaluate. Technically, one should evaluate every day what one has done. Is it as per dharma? And if you're a devotee, I mean, you tend to offer the Lord all transgressions you have done in the daytime and ask for forgiveness and ask for blessings and guidance so that you can be on the right path to follow the dharma. And Krishna has made so many times clear in Bhagavad Gita. I mean, that's why he has spoken Bhagavad Gita. But and he says very clearly, Namam Dishkritona Mudha Prapadante Naradma Mayaya Pratigyana. Maya has clouded his intelligence, And what happens? Asrum Bhavam Ashrita. What does Ashrun Bhava Ashrita means? That they don't care about God or laws of the God, I mean, this is a disease, technically, in this material world. Although we are under the laws of the God, but we don't care about the Lord. That's what a demon is. He doesn't. The difference between a demon and devotee is a demon is very puffed up. I mean, he thinks he's all, and he falsely claims whatever he thinks as per his mind. He's transgressing everything. Whereas a devotee, I mean, he's submissive, meek, he's mild. So that's a lot of difference, Just between the behavior in it, it's so much difference, So, like even distributing books, I mean, you go to somebody, I mean, just please take the book, it's about the Lord, and they will, if he's a meek person with good personality, he will try to accept it, and even if he wants to refuse it, he will refuse it in a very humble way. But demons might even chastise you that I don't care about the Lord. I mean, there's no rules. Life is temporary, and I'm just made of some chemicals, and then chemicals disappear, and that's the end of it. So anyhow, there are so many examples of desires, like Dhrishta favoring his sons in this case, even in Yadu dynasty, when at the end of Krishna Leela on this earth, even Yadu dynasty, like it was such a big dynasty because Krishna has so many wives, 16,108 wives, and now each wife had 10 sons. Now you can imagine how many million the family was. And even by Krishna's arrangement, they get puffed up that, we are related to Krishna, we are this and we are that. And ultimately they start to behave very badly in some ways, and finally they get cursed. Now, it was Krishna's plan, but the fact is fact, that they got puffed up also. That doesn't mean they were demons. I mean, Krishna was just trying to do his Leela, but he does it to show us by example. So what I'm saying is, even Krishna's family, I mean, like you can be attacked differently, but it's not the same thing, but still, we have to be very, very careful. And Krishna says that he doesn't assume anybody's sins or pious activities. He has nothing to do with it. All the sins and pious activities belong to every living entity, and that's what the karma is. And so karma of everyone is with him, and we think we can imitate the Lord. We cannot. The Lord is Vibhu. I mean, he's huge. I mean, we are small, tiny, atomic atom called Anu. We are very small fragment. Because living soul has the capacity to desire, fulfill his desire by his free will, and Krishna has given that. So that bewilders him, and his desires, he fulfills it. And Krishna allows these desires to be fulfilled so that his devotee is satisfied, or any living entity is satisfied that way, But Krishna says that, like we have third law, Newton's law, to each and every action there is opposite reaction, right? So, ye yathamam prapadante, as you surrender to me, I award them accordingly. So Krishna does that. So this material world means that whatever actions you are performing, you will be judged for, no matter what, And not only the Lord is so kind, He's sitting in our heart as Paramatma, giving guidance. And in spite of the fact that He's sitting in everyone's heart and giving guidance, and we ignore it. We never listen to our heart. we always ignore it. That I am this, I am that, I am me, me, me. That's what living entity does when he's under illusion in this material world. So that's why it says, like, we have to go with the desire of the Lord, which means listen to your super soul closely, dearly. Every night, evaluate yourself, what you have done, where you're going. That way you can be corrected every day, So, I mean, we know that Krishna fulfills our desires. That is very well known. And so that doesn't mean that we should do that, because we know man proposes, God disposes, that happens all the time, because Krishna always guides you properly, Lord encourages living entity to do pious activities. And that's why we have all these, especially in Hinduism, there's so many gods. They are the administrators of this material world. Krishna has instituted them because people go to different demigods to fulfill their desires, to live in this material world forever. And Krishna has empowered those demigods to give those benedictions. And they do so. And why Krishna is doing that? Because they are trying to fulfill the desires of each and every living entities. No matter if you're coming through a different demigod, but demigod knows what he's doing because he has been empowered to do that, So he gives those benedictions, just to satisfy the living entities and under the order of the Lord. So we shouldn't downgrade any demigods that they are giving benedictions. Sometimes those benedictions are not good for living entities. I mean, we know that. Living entities should know that. But their desires is so strong, they go out of the means, even demons. I mean, they will put their flesh in, cut their flesh and ask for benedictions, which are beyond comprehension, That's why Lord Brahma had to come, just to fulfill the desire of the demon, that he wants to be more than the Lord himself. So these demigods have purpose. Their purpose is to satisfy the desire and uplift the living entity. Slowly, all the living entities should be uplifted. We shouldn't be blaspheming any demigods because they are also fulfilling the purpose of our Lord. They are also uplifting the living entities. But the living entity is so foolish, so engrossed in material satisfaction to lord it over his senses, that he gets more engrossed. He doesn't get it. He gets pious credits. And even pious credits are good, so that you can, in the next life, maybe you can improve yourself. Slowly, maybe 20 lifetimes. At least you can lift up yourself. So everyone is trying to do that. But everyone is trying to find happiness in this material world, which is not possible, because Krishna says, it's a dukhalya ashtvam. Like, this is a place of misery, We should do our business, Srila Prabhupada say, and get out of this material world as soon as possible. So that's why we chant all these names, So that's why we do so many dharmas, vikarmas. We do so many anarthas. Like, anarthas are a seed form where all these transgressions starts, So that's where anarthas are. And slow little things, you can get into bigger problem. See, there is a minor infraction of the law, or not even a law. You slap somebody, it's not still registered in the legal system. So it's not a karma as yet. It's anartha. But as anartha pile up, so they become aparad. And once they become aparad, then they come into the legal system. It's under registered that, yeah, this guy did the thievery, and so he's registered, and he will be punishable according to laws of the government or material nature. So it's very, very important. And here Akrura advises him time and again that you should not do this. And if you do it properly, you may get even fame. You will be respected. You will be give the kingdom to where it belongs. You will be respected for that. You will get pious credit. You will be decorated. But no, he ignores. He ignores. He's so attached to his idea of family that he always takes the side of his sons, and who he knows that they're doing adharma. He knows that. Not only that, he knows Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead too. He knows that. But still now you can see our senses are so strong that we get so attached, so bewildered. So we have to be very, very careful that how we treat. Like he ignores advice that he doesn't want to help or come to adharma or dharma, So that's very important. We must follow dharma, I mean, there's so many aparadhs and there's so many kinds of anarthas. I mean, I just want to touch a little bit on anarthas a little bit. Now, now, what is anartha? Anartha are the unwanted things which come down from one bodily life to another. These things come in the form of bad association, improper diets, enjoyment of bodily senses, and any other things which cause entanglement in the material world. So these are anarthas, And like I said before, that like we can go on what it does. Anarthas does many things. It brings laziness. It just desires you to drink all kinds of drinks. It bewilders your heart. It makes you misguided. It rejects humanity. I mean, just you are more attracted to anger, illusion, like that. You do nonsensical things, false arguments, and you're miser in the service of the Lord. All that, and you are cheating personality and propensity. So anyhow, according to with Bhaktivinoda Thakur, there are 4 kinds of aparadh. One is nam aparadh, when we are doing name. Then there is seva aparadh. I mean, these are for Vaishnavas, which is not, which can be rectified. And then there is a Vaishnava aparadh, like you're in front of deities, you're doing other things. Then there are offenses against living entities, all that, So that is there, and further, Vishwanath Chakrabarti explains that these 4 types of anarthas, that there are anarthas which are coming from previous sins we have committed, anarthas arising from previous pious activities, etc. Anarthas arising from imperfectly performed bhakti, and offenses in devotional service. These are all anarthas, Now, the thing is that things which we are discussing, the anarthas, they are coming from sinful activities, pious sinful activities, like what we are concentrating on. We are not concentrating on devotional service or like that, So the idea is to what aparadhs are coming from sinful activities from the past lives, One is vidya, ignorance, that's coming from past life. Then false ego, tendency to accept sense perception, whatever we have, So then there's a raga. Raga means attachment, the desire for material happiness and means to achieve it. Then there is a dvesha, hatred, or unhappiness, which causes you. So these are so many anarthas we can acquire from the past, and we are not careful, we can be in a very bad situation. We have to be very careful in our devotional service also. Like improper performance of bhakti, that's another anartha. So as devotees, we have to be very careful, And Prabhupada has written all these offenses against the chanting of the holy name. First we will know blaspheming devotees, or considering demigods equal to be or independent of Lord Vishnu, to disobey spiritual master, to consider glories of chanting of the holy name to be imagination. So all these aparats are there. There are 10 offenses. We read it every day, So we have to be very careful of all these 10 offenses, and we have to have firm faith in the holy name. And only through holy name we can get rid of all these anarthas. That's the only way. There is no other way. Hare Nam, Hare Nam, Hare Nam Kevalam. Hare Nam is so potent, so strong. It can burn anything. It can burn your whatever anarthas you can imagine. It has so much power. So we must have firm faith in the holy name. That's the most important thing, And the thing is, one can remove this anartha when we do our chanting nicely, when we are, we are progressing in bhakti, You can do that. And Srila Chakravarti Thakur says, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, there are 5 grades of eradication of anarthas, One is limited, if there is only one anartha, and then there is pervasive, you are doing many times anartha, affected by many. Then there are general anartha, all that, And in any case, this nama prad, it can be eradicated by the strength of the holy name. I will stop it there. Hare Krishna. Shri Prabhupada ki jai.
Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Marhavatam Samasitam Buddha Sundarangam Kandar Agom Vidamaniya Vishesha Shobha Govindam Adi Purusha Namaham Bhajami Govinda Hari Purusha Namaham Bhajami Angani Asa Sakale Priya Priti Manti Vasyan Dipan Dikayanti Jiram Naganti Ananda Chinmaya Sadhu Jala Vigrahasya Govindam
Adi Purusham Namaham Bhajami
Govindam Adi Purusha Namaham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusha Namaham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusha Namaham Bhajami
Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Namo Vishnu Vataya Krishna Prastaya Motale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Samaniti Namane Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Vacha Nagini Visesha Shunyamani Paschachari Zacharane Gauravani Vacha Nagini Visesha Shunyamani Paschachari Jaya Sri Krishna Jai Tanna Radha Nanda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasati Gaurabhakta Vrinda Jaya Sri Krishna Jai Prabhu Nityan Sri Advaita Sivasati Gaurabhakta Vrinda Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasati Gaurabhakta Vrinda Sri Advaita Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasati Gaurabhakta Vrinda Sri Krishna Chaitanya Ramanityananda Advaita Gadadhara Sivasati Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Raghunana Radha Raghunana Radhe. Jaya Radha Raghunana Raghunana Radhe. Hey, Radhe, Radhe, Radhe. Radhe, hey, Radhe, Radhe, Radhe. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Sri Radhe, hey, Jai Om Vishnu Pad.
Chaitadarpanam Marjanam Bhavamahadavagni Nirvapanam Jaya Kairavya Chandrika Vitaranam Vidyavadu Jivanam Anandam Buddhivardhanam Pratibhanam Pranamrita Swadanam Sarvapasnapanam Paramvijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam Nam Namakari Bahudani Jasarva Shakti Etadrishita Vakripa Bhagavan Mamapi Durdaiva Midrishami Hajjanina Nuraga Trinadapi Sunichena Tarorapi Suhishuna Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sadahari Nadanam Najanam Nasundarim Kavitam Va Jagadisha Kamaye Mama Janmani Janmani Ishvare Bhavatad Bhaktir Oita Kitwai Hainanda Tanuja Kikaram Bhadidamam Vishame Bhavam Buddha Kripaya Tavabada Pankaja Stita Duli Satrashimpa Chintaya Nainam Galashu Daraya Varanam Gadgadaridaya Gira Pulakarnishitam Vapukada Tavanama Grahane Bhavishyati Yugayatam Namishena Chakshusha Pravashayatam Shunayatam Jagat Sarvam Govindam Virahename Ashlishyava Padamratam Manastumam Adarshanam Marmahatakarotuva Yatatata babadatu lambato mat prananatastu sevanapara. Victory to the Sri Krishna Sankirtan, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life, of repeated birth and death. This Sankirtan movement is the prime benediction for humanity at large because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss, and it enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious. O my Lord, congregational chanting of your holy name alone can render all benediction to living beings, and thus you have hundreds and millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names you've invested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. O my Lord, out of kindness you enable us to easily approach you by your holy names, but I have no attraction for them. One should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than the straw in the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and should be ready to offer all respect to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. O Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I desire beautiful women, nor do I want any number of followers. I only want your causeless devotional service, birth after birth. O Son of Maharaj Nanda Krishna, I am your eternal servitor, yet somehow or other I have fallen into the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as one of the atoms at your lotus feet. O my Lord, when will my eyes be decorated with tears of love when I your holy name? When will my voice choke up, and when will the hairs of my body stand on end at the recitation of your name? O Govinda, feeling your separation, I am considering a moment to be like 12 years or more. Tears are flowing from my eyes like torrents of rain, and I am feeling all vacant in the world in your absence. I know no one but Krishna is my Lord, and he shall remain so, even if he handles me roughly by his embrace, or makes me brokenhearted by not being present before me. He is completely free to do anything and everything, for he is always my worshipful Lord unconditionally. Sri Shastastika Ki Jai. Harinam Sankirtan today, 11:30 at Weaver Street Market here in Hillsborough. And the weather is going to get better as the day goes on, so please come out. Hare Bo.